One of the big changes in Shelterware 2 is the ability to take a look at individual clients in a fair bit of detail and to easily get back and forth from the general sort of to the specific. And so we're going to take a look at Bill Clinton here. And we could either access him by hitting information here, clicking on this button, or we could go up to the client list, scroll down, find Clinton here, and go at it that way. So let's go back to the main status page. Come on over here. We're going to hit information. And that'll move you to the client information page. And this is really where all of the information about the client is available in a single dashboard. So the basic information we've talked about up here, first name, last name, date of birth, gender, where he was born, contact information, etc. Veteran status, ethnicity, benefits, time, homeless, emergency contact information, other medical information, etc. What is a little different, and I want to show you in some detail here, is the collection of supporting menus that are available. And this will vary both by clinic and by your sign-in status. So if you are a desk level sign-in, you're going to have relatively few of these choices. If you're a supervisor, you're going to have more. If you are a case manager, there will be some additional blocks out here which haven't been developed yet. So let's take a look at what's here and what it tells you. Okay, so all of the notes associated with this individual are shown here, and this is the default setting. So looks like on May 3rd, contact by the Albany Police Department about possible arrest warrant. Officers didn't provide details. A couple days later, came and took client. Okay, these are all germane and important things. All of the same thing with putting replies and editing the notes, same as notes anywhere else. The service records are just a quick snapshot of what services that client has received. So it looks like this individual received services on 4 separate days, and some hot meals, showers, charging, and supplies. The all pictures, oh, that's interesting. I guess this must have been an early one. Bit of a transformation. One of the things that happens with each season is that there's the opportunity to put an updated seasonal picture in. But one of the things about the system is that every picture that's ever been taken is stored. And so likewise, if there are jail pictures that have been downloaded, those are also stored. Only the most current picture is going to be shown up here in this cartoon on the main page. But it gives you a mechanism to go back and look and see how the individual has changed over the years or prior pictures. The jail record is, again, shelter specific, and this is based on the public information that's available on the jail rosters. Since obviously these are fictitious individuals, we don't have any live connections here. But some of the things that will come out on the jail record is the date of arrest, what it was for, which county the individual was arrested in. So was this a Lynn or a Benton County, a Lincoln County? Currently we have 7 different counties that we collect records from. The incident reports, again, all pulled together and summarized here on a single page. So it looks like 2 wellness checks physical happened, one in April of this year and one in May. And it looks like both of them were related to some sort of cardiac issue. And it's, again, those things that are sufficiently important that an incident report was written about them, they all come together and are available for that client on a single page. The VI-SPDAT is one that we originally, in the first version of Shelterware, actually had the test built into the program. On this one, we have shifted over and we are depending upon the HMIS system to do a VI-SPDAT. And so if a shelter is set up and using it as a tool to decide and figure out how and where a client should be housed, the appropriate spot would be to go to the HMIS system, run it there, and then this is designed that you can sit down and insert what the final results are. So create an assessment. Okay, let's say that he had one done in 4-1 of 16. The VI-SPDAT score was 9, and it was a version 1 of the test. And that's important because when you take a look at the VI-SPDATs and interpret them, which version of the test you're looking at, they shouldn't be interpreted the same. So an 11 on the version 1 means something quite different than a 10 on a version 2. The WHO-5 is a well-being index. It's been inserted. We used it for a couple of years. It's produced some interesting results, not widely used by most of the shelters. It's there if you want to use it, and it's worth looking at. It's a index developed by the World Health Organization, and it's basically a well-being test. So out in the assessment, it asks a series of questions, and let's say we did it today. I felt cheerful and in good spirits, and you have a range of choices: all the time, most of the time, more than half the time, some of the time. I felt calm and relaxed, more than half the time, etc. And you walk down through those. The point about this, and it's an interesting tool, is, okay, this one we didn't complete the information, so it's an incomplete assessment. But what the World Health Organization has found is that they use it fairly widely for refugee populations, and it's a pretty good predictor of how well someone is going to do in a very high stress environment. Basically a sense of their adaptability. It's a tool that you may want to think about using. I think it has some value. Recent beds give you a quick snapshot of what beds this individual has been in, the specific beds, which if you ever need to go back and be doing disease tracing, so exposure of who was the TB positive patient that was adjacent to which other patients, this would be where you would go and check and confirm what potential exposure might have happened. And then the season totals, and it looks like this individual has been in the shelter for 4 seasons, and these are the total number of bed nights in each of the seasons. And as I said, there will be some additional fields out here for the case management as that gets developed. Anyway, that should give you a starter on how to look at and use the individual client page. Again, the intent being that it's a single dashboard that you can get the overview up here on the main page. And then if you have specific information that you need about the client and you want to drill down deeper, you would find them down here in these submenus. And I think that's it for this video.